Hello and welcome back to this video series whose name is Trust Me, You Can Defeat Rheumatoid Arthritis if you are desperate enough. Before delving deeper into this video, I would like to be very clear about one thing. Please understand that this is not a promotional video. Whatever Ayurvedic supplements that I'm going to talk about, whatever brands that I'm going to mention, these are the things that I personally use. These are the Ayurvedic supplements that helped me to improve my overall health. Please take it as a general purpose information. I am not advising you in any way that you also have to use these products, otherwise you won't be able to be pain-free. That is not the case. In order to combat rheumatoid arthritis pain, you have to go through dietary approaches. You have to restrict your diet and understand what are your inflammation trigger. That is the only way that can solve your rheumatoid arthritis pain problem. I do not promote any brand, okay? I do not promote any kind of product. Please understand and please be very clear about this. But definitely I'm going to talk about vitamins. I'm going to talk about immune boosting systems. So I would be talking about different kinds of herbs here. I would be talking about how these brands have created a particular concoction which is beneficial. So yes, you can take an informed decision whether to incorporate that kinds of herbs into your diet as a supplement or not. If you are ever going to use them, you should be in a position so that you can take an informed decision. So use this video as a general purpose information only. All right, I hope I'm very clear about this thing. Okay, so let's get started into this video. Let's start with different kind of vitamins first. See, please understand this strategy that a human body requires nutrition. It does not require the food. That's why it is a very, interesting fact that we are mostly interested about the food and not about the nutrition. The body needs energy, and energy comes from the nutrition. Nutrition has to be absorbed properly to provide proper energy to the body so that the body can run optimally. Okay? The body can function optimally, isn't it? But we are mostly interested about the food. We are mostly interested about how does it taste. Not even think about good combinations, bad combinations of the food. We have just been, we know a lot about everything around the world, but we know so less about the kind of nutrition that our body requires. And so in this case, I want to help you to understand that being a rheumatic, you have to understand that you have to keep your vitamin levels normalized. Normalized meaning it has to be under proper range, like vitamin A, B, C, D, okay? There is K and vitamin B complex, right? Vitamin B12. These vitamins have to be balanced, have to be properly under range. And similarly, the kind of the minerals that we have, like magnesium, like potassium, like calcium, and many other things, these have to be also normalized. But obviously we cannot take lots of supplements for these. Okay, we have to understand the strategy, how to make dietary changes so that we can get maximum benefits from the diets, but also a little bit of supplements are also required when our body is not being able to absorb the proper nutrition from the food. So a little bit of supplement is required. Maximum of it should come from the diet and a little bit should come from your supplement. That is the strategy. Okay, with this strategy, let's first talk about the most important vitamin, that is vitamin D. Being an arthritic patient, you understand, you know that your vitamin D levels are low. That is why we became arthritic, right? So you have to increase your vitamin D level. Now, for vitamin D, the maximum range is 100 units. Yeah, it is my hypothesis that we have to maintain our vitamin D levels from 50 to 70. Now, for that, only sunlight won't be sufficient, because obviously every day you are not going to be sitting on the sunlight for an hour or two. That would be required for sufficient sunlight to be getting into the body, and you have to expose most of your skin, which is again not for women. It is not possible. We are living in kind of neighborhoods. It is not possible for us to expose all of our skin and just go into the sunlight. I know about these kind of inhibitions. So what we do on an average, 3 days in a week, we can absorb sunlight in the morning, and morning sunlight is necessary. Maybe 3 days you are going to the office, and the 3 days you're probably working in a hybrid mode, just in case. So in those 3 days when you're not going to the office, maybe you can incorporate some amount of time in the morning, which is required. Again, I'm saying it is mandatory to have sunlight, morning sunlight, okay, from 8 to 8:30. At this time, UV rays are quite less. This is the time when we can absorb full sunlight, exposing most of our skin, most of our limbs. Okay, the hands should be fully exposed, the legs should be fully exposed, and any other part of your skin, if you can expose it, please do. Or wear very simple white cotton clothes so that it can be fully absorbed. However, white can also reflect the sunlight, but just use light cotton clothes. Don't use dark colors, just light colors, so that maximum sunlight can be absorbed through your skin. Okay, 15 minutes in the front and 15 minutes at the back, we should get the sunlight. This is a general rule. Even in that case, it is my experience over the past 3 years that through sunlight, I can only maintain my vitamin D levels up to 35 to 40, not more than that. Vitamin D levels should remain from 50 to 70, not more than 70, not less than 50. That I have made mandatory for myself. So I went to the doctor because I tested, and again my vitamin D levels went below 30. So this time I went to doctor and asked for supplements. He gave me vitamin D supplements for 60K and gave me a strategy that for the first 12 weeks, take vitamin D every week, okay, after food. And then after 12 weeks, just get a test, see if your vitamin levels are in this range from 50 to 70. And then every month, one capsule or a little bit of, vitamin D comes in capsule or tablet or in, powder form. Whatever you are using, have it once a month. Rest of the days we have to get and absorb lots of sunlight. That way we can keep our vitamin D levels in this range from 50 to 70. So this is a strategy I liked, whatever the doctor told me, and I'm following this. And by following this, I have seen that yes, my vitamin D levels are maintained around 55, 60, and which is giving me proper energy. Now I can see that yes, my bones are, I'm feeling better. It feels like the bones are getting enough strength. The calcium is getting absorbed. Again, for calcium, we do not have much dietary approaches, because we have stopped dairy, and personally also cannot indulge into dairy. So for that also, calcium supplement is required. I asked for doctor about calcium supplement. Alternating days, maybe 15 days in a month, I can take calcium supplement. So this is the strategy that you also have to follow. Please understand that you have to take your vitamin D test first. Vitamin D and vitamin B12. No other vitamin profile is required, because vitamin profile is very costly, 28 to maybe 30K. That should be the cost of the full test. And please do not, it is not recommended, neither advised to spend a lot of money. But vitamin D and vitamin B12, these are the two vitamins that you have to test. I'm sure both of these two vitamins would come in the lower range for you. If you are going through pain, if you are going through rigidity, then that means these two vitamins are below their thresholds, okay? And you have to improve on them. Every 6 months, we can check for our vitamin D levels. And when we see that, yes, that strategy has been normalized, our vitamin D levels are normalized, then once in a year, we can test for it. I think that would be the best so far we can do.